we are working on counseling technique, and this is the sixth about the clear communication. Communication that was kind of one of the most recent field actually. It's not been more than I think 70 years. But the communication since Marshall McLuhan, the father of communication, there are lots of father of music, father of communication, father of psychology. We have lots of fathers, and Marshall McLuhan, you can say he must be the father of communication, and since he started his research on communication, communication just grew very fast, and it formed a kind of huge field. So communication itself is important, but at the same time it can be applied to many other branches like communication for counseling, communication for marketing, communication for politics. Communication is, it's a huge area now, and it has a lot, great effect to all places nowadays. Communication, we have lots of problems in communications, and most all problems comes from communication between husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriends, boyfriends and girlfriends, parents and kids, colleagues, co-workers, lots of miscommunications, and those miscommunications make and produce lots of problems. So when we go back to when we trace the problems we are facing to, and we can just find some or huge miscommunications. So communications is pretty tough and very broad. So when we just talk to somebody else, there's no guarantee that the other party can understand 100% what I'm saying. It's vice versa, and it produces lots of problems. So our clients in the counseling settings, and we can see they have lots of problems on communications. So they come to you because they have nowhere to talk to. So they just decide to pay and talk to you, counselors, and so we have lots of problems. They have lots of problems, so they want to talk to you. Okay, great. But what if we have miscommunications with our clients? Then we got in trouble, they got in trouble more because they want to solve their problems, but they cannot communicate with us clearly. So we cannot help them, the best ways. They will be more vulnerable. Okay, but we can understand that because they are not professionals for counseling, but we are professionals for counseling. Even though there are lack of some or a lot of kind of lack of communication skills for them. But what if we are not equipped with kind of effective communication skills? Okay, we want to try to understand them, and we want to just let them talk more and more in detail, deeply, widely, so we can understand them, so we can help them. That's what they are expecting actually, right? So, when we don't have good communication skills, we cannot help them widely, properly. That's the reason we want to work on clear communication, right? Jeremy Sutton, he just mentioned the words and phrases we choose with clients in therapy express the feelings we want to convey and therefore matter greatly. So I want to just borrow some his ideas about the communications in counseling settings. Okay. So let me repeat it again. The words and phrases we choose with clients in therapy express the feelings we want to convey and therefore matter greatly. Alright? So let's just dig into it. There are some concreteness. A. Assisting client to identify and work on specific problem from the various ones presented. That's what we want. Okay. Assisting, we wanna just help people. We are there for helping people, right? We wanna assist client to identify what the problems they have. Identify and work on a specific problem from the various ones presented. Okay. That's the concreteness. B is reminding the client of the task and re-describing intent and structure of the session. Okay. So as time passes and when people talk and during the counseling sessions, they can talk this and that. Sometimes they get lost. They actually sometimes they don't know what they are talking about. They want just to say this and that, here or there. They are just jumping around today, tomorrow, yesterday. Those things can be happening. So we better just remind the client of the task, what we want to do, what we want to focus on, so we can help our clients, and so they can get help from us. And then they're gonna just get back to the things they want to work on, and then we want to just talk about it, work on it, and then they want to just jump around here or there and just let them come back and focus on the problem. I want to just take care of some things later on, but some people are kicking the bush, which means they cannot focus on. They know what they are supposed to talk about, but they are just talking about these things first. Because they don't want, there are some reasons, because they cannot face to the real problem they know, or they don't know. Okay, if they don't know what their problems are, they cannot focus on it, and then things can be happen, and then that's the problem, okay? So let them just come back and focus on the things we have to take care of, okay? C is using questions and suggestions to help the client to clarify facts, terms, feelings, and goals. Okay, using questions and suggestions to help. So when they are kicking around the bush, or they don't know what's really going on, and they don't know why those things are happening to them, and then we want to just let people know that we can ask you some questions. And we can ask some questions, and we can suggest this and that. So those people can clearly know what's really going on. Okay, right? And then use the here and now focus to emphasize process and content occurring in a current session, which may all help to elucidate the problem being worked on or improving the problem solving process. So the thing is that we wanna just let people come back. That's the most important stuff. Sometimes we get lost. That is no, because you are and we are professionals. So we don't want to just mess with it. We want to just focus on what we are doing. Okay. Those things are very crucial. So, because without that kind of completeness, we cannot help those people. They need our help, and we want to just do it. Let me see for that, we want to just think about some skills like verbal, nonverbal, and those things quickly, and then move on to the next one. Verbal communication skills. Is the language too formal or informal? Well, we have professional languages for the professionals. We don't want to be too informal or too formal. If we use too formal language, they're not gonna open their minds easily. But if we use too much casual languages, and then it seems like it is a little bit harder for them to trust us. Right? So we want to use professional languages. I'm not talking about the professional terms and words they cannot understand. We want to use, the expression-wise. We want to just use proper languages as professionals. Yeah. If we, then that's about the language, but what about facial expressions? We want to just too much serious, they're gonna go serious. When we just do too much casual or relax or something, our credits can be lowered. Okay. So the next one is, what are the content and focus of what is being said? Okay. What are the content and focus of what is being said? So what we are really taking care of, we have to know it. What really we are taking care of. we have to get the idea. And how much is said? It is usual for the client to talk more than the professional. How much is said? Yeah. It is usual for the client to talk more than the professional. Because, well, not only the front parts from, like the first 5 sessions, but also, the last 5 sessions also. If we have 10 sessions. So let them talk more. You want to listen to them. And you want to use lots of questions one by one so we can follow the flow. You don't want to break the flow. And then they can see and think and sometimes feel that what's really going on and what was their experience, and then how they are feeling today, and what they are experiencing now, and what they're gonna do tomorrow, in the future, and let them talk. Okay, who owns the speech? The pronoun you should be used carefully. Okay, it can suggest judgment. So you made a mistake. You did that. You felt it. So when you want to use you need to be careful. Well, you can talk without using too much you. Okay, so people can not feel they got judged by you, because you are not the judge. You're not the judge at all. Right? Verbal communication skills. What about volume? It's you and your client in a counseling room. You don't have to use loud voice. Oh, how are you doing? It's not proper. How are you doing? It's too weak. Okay. You have to have a sense of volume so people can understand what they are doing, what they are feeling. Okay. And articulation and pitch. Pitch, emphasis. You did it. Did you do that? Those emphasis, we want to be careful, or just using emphasis itself can, just help our clients to focus on the topics, problems, troubles they are facing too. What about speech rate? Speech rate. Or speed. If you just tell so quickly, they have no time to understand what you are saying, what you are talking about. It is too much, too fast, is it too slow? Oh my goodness, it feels not comfortable, okay? What about bodily communication skills? It can significantly affect the communication, adding to or distracting from what we are saying. Right? Tell me about what you're feeling. Tell me about what you're feeling. Okay. So, well, I think I just mentioned about the body language postures, like approaching and just body posture is very important. important. When you are just talking with your clients on the table, you wanna just lean a little bit, lean your body a little bit toward your client, and show your both hands on the table. It is awkward, right? It is awkward when you just write down some things and when your upper body, toward. You don't want to just cross your legs because it's pretty hard for you to do it. If you can do it, if you are flexible enough, you can try that. But in most of the cases, you want to just lean toward your clients and see your client's face or nose and between the eyes if you're not comfortable to look at their eyes. There are many ways you can do, so bodily communication skills is pretty crucial, so you want to just work on it. In touch communication skills, I recommend do not touch your clients at all, no matter what. But if you cannot avoid it, just minimize it. You don't have to actually. You don't have to touch your clients. You got in trouble, and they will think something else. And then, since then, whether your intention is right or proper or not, they're gonna feel something else, and it's no good. Let me read that anyways. When appropriate, a gentle touch to the arm or shoulder can communicate as much as and function alongside other communication skills. However, physical contact risks over familiarity or inappropriate interest and must be considered carefully. So you don't have to consider that carefully. Just don't touch your client, and that's the best way. No matter what, just don't touch your client. Just shake their hands if you want. If they want to just do it, and shake hands and go, and that's it. So what about when our clients are crying? Just let them cry. They don't need your touch when they are crying. Okay, right? So clear. So do not touch your client. That's what I want to say. But if you can avoid that. I don't know what kind of situations you can't avoid it, but I don't know. Just don't do it. That's what I want to recommend. Okay. Talking, action, communication skills. Communication is not always face to face. Reminders may be sent before a session or as a follow-up, including homework such as further reading or exercises. Communication boundaries are required to ensure that contact remains professional and through agreed method. Taking action communications. So, after you just talk about this and that, and you finish this session, a week later, you're gonna just remind what you talked last session and summarize those sessions, and then you can continue to talk about it and let your clients know more, or move on to the next topic if they want, and or if you feel something couldn't be resolved or cleared up, and then you want to just ask your clients something down about it. If there are something too hot, too emotional things, they don't want to talk about it, but a week later, and then you can just remind your clients and talk about it, as long as your clients didn't want to talk about it. Or you can ask your clients, you mentioned that you don't want to talk about it at the time, so can I ask why, the reason, and what made you didn't want to talk about it, or something like that. So you can continue continue digging the problems and then try to find better solutions and let your clients understand what's really going on in their minds and feelings. So those things are very okay. Repairing ruptures. Outline the therapeutic rationale at the beginning of the treatment and then reiterate it throughout. So sometimes people forget, actually most of the time people forget what they really want to talk about and the contract they signed on, and then if you need to remind them those things, do it. So they can do as much as they can, and at the same time you can do as much as you can do also. Yeah. Respond. That makes clear boundaries at the same time, and then let the clients, come back to the real problems and focus on those things. And respond to disagreements by modifying behavior to something more meaningful to the client. Okay. For example, use validation rather than challenge. So when they don't understand what's going on, or when they want to just disagree on this and that, and then you want to just let people know clearly what the real things are, okay? What they just signed on and those things, because we have contracts for the counselings, and we want to just stick to it, or we got in trouble. Okay, we want to help people, but we don't want to get in trouble. Okay, so the contracts and guidelines are very clear. You want to just stick to it, and you want to have your clients stick to it also, so they don't go wrong ways. Clarify misunderstandings only. Okay, when the client appears to withdraw, explore what is happening and acknowledge their feelings. You don't want to wait until it is too late. So you want to fix something and do it right away. There can be misunderstandings between clients and counselors all the time, because we are human beings and we can have lots of communication problems. So if you think people don't understand you, and just to let them do it. Misunderstanding is what happened. Okay, it happens all the time. Okay. Exploring the themes related to the rupture can help uncover more general problems, issues, and concerns. If you avoid problems, the communication problems or problems in the counselings, not the client's problem, but the counseling problems because of you or your clients, and you want to just fix it. You don't want to wait until it is too late, because as time passes, there can be more problems, more hassles. Then you will see at some point it's going to be very hard to fix those things. Link ruptures in the alliance to other areas of the client's life. For example, concerns regarding lack of control during treatment may exist in other life domains. link ruptures in the alliance to the other. So when you see your clients have, control problems, and then you can just mention that kind of lack of controls can produce problems in your other, in your normal life, in your normal lives also. Okay. So the lack of control is pretty problem. So you can produce lots of problems and things. So you want to just be careful. Okay. All right. So not only the lack of control, you can see people are fleeing from the problems, running away, and ignoring, pretending, and those things can be happen during the counseling sessions, and you can notice that, and you want to just mention that to your clients if they are doing those kind of behaviors in other areas also. In other people, for example, with the relationships when they have with others. So by doing so, people can see what's really going on, right? So those things are very kind of crucial communication skills. But what if, so before you counsel people, you want to see your type, your character, your experiences. So you are ready for challenging, ready for counseling, ready for guiding people, ready for caring people, and that's what you want to just see before you get started with your counseling. All right, and what about the feedback? Asking for and providing feedback on the therapeutic relationship. You can just ask them, once in a while or every end of the sessions, if you want. But you want to just use different languages and words and sentences. What about discussing shared experiences? They can just say, for example, that was frustrated, and then you want to ask, how they feel, and just experiences they had before and they are having today, currently, and then you want to just share that. Okay. You want to just talk about why those experiences were challenging the clients, why those experiences could affect to our clients' normal lives, and how those affect to their performances in their jobs, and increasing empathic engagement. Okay. Increasing empathic engagement, because you want to know and feel what they felt. And when you understand your clients' situations, and when you understand what they are feeling, it's natural that you are empathetic. You don't want to get rid of your feelings when you work with your clients. It's natural. You can cry. You don't have to hold your cry when you are feeling you want to cry. It's natural. You can't resist it. It's not wrong, Because we are all human beings. When we hear tragic things and very sad stories, we can cry. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? But if you are too much emotional, just think about you can help your clients properly or not. Okay? Just think about it. We can cry and laugh with our clients, but we don't have to be too much emotional. Right? Okay, you see the differences. Empathy and too much emotional. Some differences. Okay. Offering more positive feedback. Yes, when they are sharing their experiences, just you can just give them positive feedbacks as much as you want, but you don't want to just give them positive feedbacks when they are doing wrong. Definitely, but they are not doing great job, and then you don't want to just give them wrong feedbacks. Okay. Openly discussing readiness for change with the client. Okay. You can change, and you can request your client to change when they are in the counseling sessions, because sometimes they don't know what they want to talk, and they can set their own goals, and you can be conflicted with your goal for the counseling sessions, and then you can, and so you want to just change your counselings, the methods and psychotherapies you want to apply. You can just talk with your clients as much as you want, okay? And let your clients know and talk to you what they think and feel, okay? Because counseling is just working together. It's not just listening and directing, give them directions. No, you want to work with your clients, okay? So openly discussing readiness for change with the client, that's good, that's okay. Sometimes you can refer your clients to somebody else, because when you feel you are not ready for that, or you are not the proper person for taking care of your clients, or the areas you don't know fully, so then you want to refer your clients to somebody else. It's not wrong. It doesn't show that you are not ready. I mean, maybe you are not ready, but you are not a good counselor, because we cannot be perfect in all things, and we sometimes need lots of other skills, and you are not good at it, and you think that is not good for your clients, good enough, and then just refer them to others. So you want to work with your other counselors. We have different expertise, and that is safe, and that is good for you also, and that is good for your clients also. Okay. Sometimes you can see problematic clients, because there are some weird and crazy people actually. You don't expect, very nice and gentle clients only to your psychotherapies and counselings. medical doctors and nurses, they can expect all gentle and nice patients. You will see lots of crazy people, you know, and how you gonna take care of those people? Is it good way? Okay. Discussing the consequences of changing and not changing. So when you just mention about the changes you want to make, and you want to just explain that to your clients, what will happen when you change this and that, and then you want to explain then they can get more or better benefits from the change, or they can get disadvantages from the change. So you want to just let your clients know that. Without informing that, you don't want to change this and that, because it can be another problem for you. And then it is against to your counseling ethics also. So you want to discuss that, okay? Discuss that the consequences of changing and not changing. So there can be lots of things that you want to consider, and that's actually really happening in your counseling sessions. What about empathy? We actually, took care of empathy in the past, so I want to just stay a long time on the empathy. But we cannot avoid the empathy in the counseling, especially communication skills. Talking at a slower pace with periodic check-ins. If you just speak too slowly, it makes your clients feel bad. But talking at a slower pace means it's not about the speed, but the pace means, you know what the pace means. So you want to control your pace when you work out and when you run, and that is quite important. So you want to see your clients' conditions. So just check in often when they are doing all right. Especially when they talk about the loss. Let's say I was in a funeral last week. It was a Saturday, and a friend of mine lost her father. For example, and you just talk with your friend who lost her or his father. You wanna see how they feel, okay? And how much they wanna just talk about that. And you don't wanna just jump in that. Oh, your father, passed away at the age of 95. That was great. That was long enough. Who can say that? Who can say people's age that is good enough age to die? There is no age like that. Okay. So you wanna just make a pace. Just follow the pace your clients have. So you don't want to just run faster than your client or slower than your client. That's about the pace. And what about the check-ins? You want to see if your clients are doing all right and if they are feeling okay. All right. And if that is too fast to talk about this and that, and just let them just take the time. The second one is actively listening to the client and reflecting that to them for their consideration. You know what the active listening is like? Active listening is not just hearing, but the listening. And you want to just react like, oh, okay, I got it, I understand. You know, that's why, that is why, something like that. That's active listening. Actually, active listening is not only the reacting verbally, but the non-verbally. You can nod your head, you can shake your head, and you want to just use your hands for listening as a way of listening. That is right. That is right. This is better than that is right. That is right. You are right. This kind of bodily expressions can be more understandable, more acceptable, and more just encouraging people. They can talk more. You are right. Well, you are right. It's quite different, right? Closely following the moving focus of the conversation as the therapy progresses. So when we talk this and that, they have to know what's going on. So you can tell them, we want to just talk about that more. Those things are very helpful to our clients. And then as time passes, we want to just focus on more and more the topics and themes and the problems and troubles that they are facing too. And then deeply, so you want to just let people know, your clients know, that we want to just work on more deeply, sometimes widely, or this way more, that way. You want to hold it that way for a while. But the real problem is this. For example, when you see Netflix, I think that is kind of a recent series about the hoarding. If you have time, if you want to just take a look at the hoarding. I think I just saw a couple of things, but sessions, but I didn't watch them all because those are very common. Hoarding is people buy or collect or take some things on the streets and just fill their houses, rooms and bathrooms or something like that. So sometimes they just take everything in their house, just stack those useless things in their rooms and living rooms, kitchens, all over the places. Sometimes they don't find that they can sleep on because all the spaces are full, filled with those things. But they think those things are very important for them. But when other people see those are all junks, it's not collecting. The hoarding is not collecting things. Collectors, they collect kind of meaningful things, well, the little things, precious things or expensive things or antiques. But what they are doing is that they are just grab things and fill their house with those things. Some seniors, they don't smell well, so they can just fill their houses with very smelly, stinky things also. So That's a kind of a sickness, kind of a mental disorder. That's the whole thing. It's not about, it's not different with the collectives. Okay. So using empathic affirmation such as yes, it must be hard being pulled in all directions. Okay. Using empathic affirmation, that was very sad. Okay. You must be very frustrated with that. Those things. Okay. Oh my goodness, you must be felt lonely. You must be depressed. That was very sad. It's painful. So do not hesitate to use empathic affirmations, because by doing so, actually, you can show that you are understanding your clients, and they can open their hearts more, and they can talk to you more and more. Not only the facts, stories, but also the feelings. And then sometimes they don't know how to express their feelings. They can't, sometimes they don't find kind of the very close or exact expressions of what they are feeling. Right? Next one is individualizing responses to clients so that they are relevant and personal. You are not the judge, you are not the referees or coaches, but you want to just let people know that you are taking care of them one by one. So you don't want to just generalize all the things what they are just talking about. So better just individualizing rather than generalizing. Okay, so people, they can feel and think they've been taken care of personally, okay, as a human being. I hate people say, all people feel that, that's what happening to everybody. I hate that. So what? Kids just running and fell on the street and bleeding on the knees. And what you gonna do? Oh, don't cry. That's what happening to all little kids. Yes, that's what happening to all kids, but I fell and I'm bleeding and it's painful. It's painful to me. So what? Okay. But if we don't just think about it and get ready for it, we're gonna just say, must say anything like that. That's happening all people. That is not right. I know that's happening to all people, but I have a problem with that. And I'm painful right now, that's a problem. And using evocative language to bring clients' experiences alive. Some people are just good at just talking about the fact. Okay, talking about the fact. For example, I want to just try this. I can try that. Okay, it's a mountain and there is a tree. Okay, there's a tree. A person can say that there's a tree on the mountain. Okay. Good. But what about what you can say this? some people can say there is a tree on top of a mountain and the tree has lots of branches, green leaves, and very look healthy. And the tree is the only tree and it looks like lonely. But the tree can be happy because it has some birds in it, birds are visiting the trees and they are taking rest on the branches. That is quite different, right? The first one is very fact. Okay, fact is good. But the second one mentioned about the fact also. But it is more vivid. And you can see more actions, okay? But the first one, for the first one's expressions, the mountain and the tree is just stuck there. It is not moving at all. It's not living things, but the second person shows that the tree is a moving thing, okay? Living creature, and it is working with birds, okay? And it has, I think the tree looks like it have deep, roots in deep. The mountain is slanted, but the tree is straight to the sky. The green grasses. So you can see the colors, black or red, gray. Birds are coming. Colors has effect. Colors kind of living, interacting. Even though your clients are not good at this, and your clients are just saying this, but you can help your clients to see the real things like that. Well, it is the same thing, my father hit my mom, so I'm sad. Then you can ask your clients how, when, what time, how, what's happening, why your father got angry. Do you think the hitting is okay, beating is okay, even though your mom made a mistake? What they were wearing, what they did talk about. By doing so, and then you can just you can just explain that, collect all the information from your clients, and then you can rephrase and re-edit, edit it again, so your clients can understand what really happened and what really your clients felt. So make those things the kind of dry and short facts. You can cover that with your words, color, and living things, and then emotionally you can just explain what your clients felt. By doing so, they can see what really happened to them, and what they felt was right, and the way of expressing their feelings were proper, and they can get encouragement from you, and they can just talk to you more, and you can build stronger relationships, and they can trust you more, which is great. Non-verbal communication factors to consider: gaze. Gaze. You know what the gaze? This is gaze. Useful for coordinating speech and collecting feedback. Eye contact, crucial for showing interest and empathy. Okay? Your client is there, but you don't want to say, oh, you must be very good. You don't want to say that kind of thing, right? Facial expression. Are we showing shock, disgust, or understanding? I understand. You don't have to say. Really. Mistakes. Posture. Turning your body toward the speaker shows interest and engagement. Let me listen to you. Tell me about it. Okay. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Very different. Gestures used to frame or illustrate what is being said, or physical proximity, too close and it can be awkward. Too far and a lack of connection may be felt. So, when you have counseling rooms with sofas or table, you want to just set those things right, and then just be careful when you just sit with your clients. Clothes and personal grooming. Just wash your face. Shave. It's clean and tidy. That's enough, I think. Appearing professional is vital. Two is being able to connect, especially with a young person or group. You don't want to wear suits and tie when you want to talk with young people. It's too formal. Types of speech. Did the client take at any point in a monotone, a single tone or single note? I was there when I was sick and it was very sad. That's monotone. Did the client, why they are speaking in monotone then? You can ask them. It seems like that you are speaking in a monotone, and do you usually speak that way, or do you just speak in a monotone because you are not feeling good, or you don't want to just talk to me? You want to just make sure that. Did the client talk at any point on the horizon, meaning their words were monotonous and seemed to fill the space? And did the client talk in a enticing and enthralling way? And did the client talk in a friendly yet circular way, never getting to the point? Did the client talk like a runaway train? So they want to finish that as fast as they can. And then, they can just show what they feel, what they wanted. So those can be very different. Okay. I think that's pretty much it. Do you have any questions or comments? Or comments?
It cannot move, right? Or down can move with you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it can move down. You just sit down.
Comments? Questions? Actually, I think that's it for today. Thank you for coming. Yeah. Thank you.
That's a great thing.